Former QMJHL head coach John Goins joins us for his weekly segment on the show. And John, we are going out west and talking about the Calgary Flames, who got off to a remarkable start, and then things just kind of fell off the rails over the last few games. So let's start by talking about the way this team has been performing at 5-on-5. How is it that a team that looks and competes as hard as they do and starts so hot can now turn around and be outscored 14-5 in their last 3 games?
Well, as Pat's going to probably put up some numbers here, it's UGLY. It's ugly. It's ugly in all facets of the game. You talk about teams that can't score 5-on-5. You talk about teams that struggle on the power play or on the PK. Their power play right now is a negative 14.3% during that stretch. It is one of the lowest power plays in the league since the start of the season. So when I look at all the underlying numbers, I look at what I call like the simple black and white numbers you could get from NHL.com. There's nothing that jumps out on the page on the positive side of the ledger. It is a flickering flame right now. And I think that they are what they are. They're a team that had a hot start. But right now, I think that this representation, this last 3 games, not that they're going to lose every game, but this representation of numbers is more of who they are, probably in the long run. Could they have a stretch of a positive stretch here and there? Maybe. But when we look at the film, how easy teams transition against them, how easy they're playing against certain opponents, and how fast they're letting teams play against them. So as we fire up these clips at 5-on-5, it's just too easy to play against them right now. Like, there's no hit here. Watch the clock here because of how quickly they get to their first shot attempt off of 200 feet. Like 7.9 seconds. It's easy. They recover the puck. It's easy. Nobody's touching anyone. A little bump from Kevin Ball, and then this great play, what I call a bumper relief. I didn't invent it. And it goes there, and Pietrangelo's just walking down the pipe. Like, it's too easy. Watch, 200 feet again. Barely a bump in sight. 4 passes versus a stretch play. You have to disrupt. Like here, you got to communicate and switch. You got a forward skating backwards. You can't have that. You can't. You're not in their face. Here, 1-2-2. Boom. You had Lomberg wide open twice. What do? You cannot go strong side versus a 1-2-2. Now they're coming at you. You can't skate backwards on a tag up. You got to surf and get in their face. Now Lomberg just won a cup. Watch here. This is a 1-2-2. He's got 2 options on the weak side. Skates it up the strong side. Against a 1-2-2 that Vegas plays, they will make you pay. And they did nonstop. And as it goes along, we saw some of those face-off numbers. They're awful. They're awful at even strength. They're awful on the PK, on the power play. They lose a draw. Again, Kevin Ball, 6'14", doesn't lay a body. Now watch what he does against Kolesar. Watch what he does against Kolesar. He goes the opposite post, and he's just hanging out behind the net. Again, another D-zone loss. How quickly Winnipeg shoots, recovers. Appleton looks, bumps it back. Watch this. Multiple D-to-D passes. This is a lucky bounce. This isn't on anyone. It goes off the glass and off the back. The next 2 again by Carolina. Win a draw. Nobody's got Aho. Not even center on center. And that creates room for Jarvis. Watch again. The ghost gets to the middle of the ice. Nishash has all kinds of room. He decides, hey, I'm going to share the puck east-west. Hey, let's whip it on net. Hey, let's give him more time and space to rip that classic Nishash pull, like toe drag and rip. Like, it's just, they're slow to react. And the thing is on faceoffs, again, I'll go back to the Islanders of a couple of years ago in the Barry Trotz. Why they were so good was it because they played the game in 50-50s. Face-off is a 50-50. So you have to be set to lose the face-off and know the plan and pressure as much as winning it. And at times it looks like they're just, hey, we're going to win this draw, and we don't know what to do when we lose the draw.
Yeah, it's certainly been a comeback down to earth for the Flames. And one of the big contributors there, John, has been their PK. What do you see on their PK so far that has, really hurt them the last few games?
And before we fire up the clips, we could look at some of the numbers here. I mean, one of the areas, again, faceoffs. They are on the PK. They are currently 30th in the league. 28th in the league in the D zone, shorthanded. You have Michael Backlund is 29.4% shorthanded in the faceoff circle. So right away, you're not starting with the puck. You're not getting the clears. Secondly, we've done breakdowns on teams playing a diamond, and we've done teams doing like the Edmonton Oilers last year, where you have that wedge and a forward swings. They seem like they're stuck in between one of the two, and it's not on the same page. So the first 3 or 4 clips are all PK, and then how quickly they also give up a shorthanded goal in the last clip. It's just there is a not sure when to go, not sure when to hold, not sure who has who, and there's a lot of hesitation and a lot of play on their heels as we fire up these clips. It's very evident that they need to clean this up. Watch off this draw. They lose the draw. Watch where Anderson ends up. Look at this. His feet are in the crease. Nothing good happens when a D's feet are in the blue. Here, you should go inside trap because Perfetti's on his backhand side. Nope. Okay, what are we doing here? Okay, now we got 2 guys. Watch this. 2 guys. Okay, we give up the low to high. Okay, no problem. It goes low to high. All right, switch. Well, we're not in the wedge. What are we in? Are we a diamond? Are we flushing down? What are we? We got 4 guys negating 1 pass. Perfetti, thank you very much, and goes weak side. Like it's way too many holes. Again, we lose another draw. Boom, quick strike in 2.1 seconds. Puck recovery. Watch 3 guys doing pretty much nothing. Bang, and it's a quick 2-on-1. 4 seconds later, it's in the back of the net. It's just too easy. And watch this. This is on the power play. Watch this hope. Reloader hope. Watch this. 1 pass beats 4 guys. 1 pass beats 4 guys. So it's their special teams are killing them. And we talked about guys like skill guys like a Kyle Connor playing on a power play with a guy like Lowry. He's going to make you pay. And to not recognize the fact that Connor, one of the pure snipers in the league, especially on the west side of the league, and you're going to not reload, you are going to stand there and hope. That's what their PK is right now. It's a lot of hoping, it's a lot of poking, and it's just discombobulated.
John, 30 seconds or less. I think there were kind of 2 trains of thoughts on the Flames coming into this year. Some people said bottom 5 lottery team. Some people said, hey, coached well, scrappy, could get to that 70, maybe high 70 point range. Which one are they?
I think if we had Powerball in the U.S., they should buy as many Powerball tickets as possible because they're closer to a lottery team than anything else. There's nothing statistically that jumps off the page from the beginning of the year till now that says that they're going to be trending in the right way. So I'm going to go with that bottom 5 team, hoping that they nail the Powerball.
It is always an education. Your pal Joe, he sees the game so well. You explain it well too. John, appreciate your time. We'll chat again next week.
Thanks, guys.
What's up, hockey fans? If you enjoyed that video, then you need to be hitting the subscribe button right here at Daily Faceoff. Exclusive interviews and analysis from our hockey insider Frank Saravalli, fantasy updates from Brock Sagan, and a daily live show at noon Eastern, Monday through Friday. You don't want to miss any of the fantastic content, so hit that subscribe button.